Right, well, this particular video is going to be something completely different, because it's not the type of video that I would ever think of making, nor would I ever produce one. Well, not really very often, because I usually do model railway videos, real train videos, review type videos, and not forgetting the odd here and there how-to vid. I have done a model shop recommendation video in the past, and that was recommending Model's Mecca, and that was about a few years ago, and it's been fairly popular. It's got a lot of views, which isn't bad. And today I went to a model shop, and that is what this video is going to be about. I thought I will do another model shop recommendation video because it's change. Now, I mentioned the model shop today on Twitter and a few days ago, but I didn't mention it on YouTube because I thought I'll have it as a surprise to surprise you all. And that model shop is Southern's Railways. Not Southern Railways, Southern's Railways, which is situated in Birmingham opposite the Gala Baths in Stetchford, and about 10 to 12 yards away there's actually a station as well, so it'll be alright for train spotting. But the shop itself, wow, it's just amazing. They mostly sell second hand stuff. Well, actually I think everything there is sold second hand, but it's absolutely amazing. You have to go there, because it's not like any other model shop that I've ever been to. It's not like Footplates in Kidderminster, where the guy's desk is a shambles. It's not like Trident Trains, that's out in the wild. I doubt very much it's anything like Hatton's. That's supposed to be a big place in Liverpool. I've never been there in person. I've only ever bought stuff online from there. And it's not like Model's Mecca either. But it really is a unique place. And the guy who runs that shop is very friendly. Okay, he's not the sort, I doubt, who would make you a brew if you start talking to him long enough. But there you go. But then again, most shops don't do that anyway, as far as I know. But seriously, go. Well, it's a must go to, and this is a must see really, because heaven is what I like to call that place. Everywhere there's just trains, locomotives, train sets, train packs, rolling stock. They do die-cast vehicles. There's even train controllers. There's some scatter, but not much. And they do N-gauge stuff, double O-gauge, and they even do some O-gauge stuff as well, if that's what you're into. And of course there's the odd HO stuff here and there. Now, I know that most of the stuff, if not all of it, is second hand, but that is not a reason to not go. If you go there, you will see what I'm talking about. Okay, some of the stuff there that they're selling for a £5 would probably be worth a bit more than that, but hey, it's cheap, and it's such a good price. And they even sell the odd Triangle stuff there, before I forget. And for the kiddies, yes, they do sell some Thomas the Tank products. But anyway, it's just a stunning place, and I definitely want to go back there again in the future. In fact, I will, because it's just simply amazing. That's all I can say about it, really. And even though I've only been there today, trust me, you will not be disappointed. Okay, now I did come back today with me with a load of stuff. Now you can't see it at the moment because it's invisible, haha. But if I just use my magic powers, I will make it appear in the front of the screen. Ta-da! Look at that, magic. Psst, it's not really magic. I've just placed the bags in front of the camera. But anyway, and this is the stuff that I've come away with. I know that bag doesn't exactly fit into shop much, but you know. And this is technically what you would call my haul, I suppose. It's not in a cardboard box, I know, but the model shops that I've been to have never given us a cardboard box to take away the stuff with us to our house. And I don't think any model shop does, to be honest, simply because it's not the sort of thing that they would do. Plus also, why would they give you a cardboard box? They usually give you, well, actually that bag there, that big red one, we already had with us. Most shops give you these polythene bags, which are very weak, well, to an extent, because they can burst, or they can give you just these special type of plastic bags, which is what this is. So it's not actually a polythene bag, nor is that one, because they don't burst. And by the way, that hole there, that's just the handle. But yeah, that's why I have no box, because no model shop, as far as I know, give you boxes to take away the stuff that you've bought to the house. They give you bags. Or at least the places I've been to have never given us any cardboard boxes. But anyway, so let's get started. So we'll look at this bag first. So just move the big red one out the way and bring this bag into shot. And it's a bag full of track. But it's not OL gauge track. It's N gauge. Now this is going to shock people on YouTube, but simply because I had never thought that we'd be going N gauge. But we're not. The reason why we've got this is because there is a project that we are doing on the layout that does involve N gauge track. It's basically, and I've took pictures of it on Twitter, and you've seen in the reviews that I've done, the tunnel that you've seen will have a narrow gauge rail on top of it. Hence why we've bought N gauge track. And there will be a video on that coming up. I haven't done it yet because I've been busy with other things, mainly with Twitter and, well, you know, making these other videos. But anyway, and yes, there shall be some locomotives to run on it, but only like 3 or 2, so don't expect a massive fleet of it. But anyway, so let's have a look at the track. Now, it's hard to believe, but this track was from Southern Railways, 25p a piece, and I'm not joking. Okay, well, to be fairly honest, the track is second hand. Of course. So that's why it's so cheap. And of course here, if we'll just wait for the camera to focus, come on, I know you can do it. The track has been raised off the sleeper slightly, while it comes out like that. So it's more or less slightly broke, but that can be glued. Where there's a will, there's a way. And there's no fish plates, but we've already got some. We actually bought some N-gauge fish plates once by accident, thinking that they were OL gauge fish plates. Why? Well, I'll explain later on, in a future vid. So that's one piece. It's actually the longest piece as well we've got, actually. Then there's this next piece, which is another long piece. That is just really weird to say it. Right, well, sorry about that. If you heard that knocking sound, that was somebody at the door. But don't worry, hopefully it will not be happening again. So where was we? Oh yes, I was showing you this piece of track, wasn't I? There we go. And then we have some more track in here, of course. We have this, which is a straight, which is the smaller piece. As you can see by this one being cheap, some of the sleepers have been missing on that one. But you know, when it's been ballasted, it won't really be that much noticeable, to be honest. And you could always cover this up by one of them walkway type of things. You'll know what I mean. Then there's this piece which has wires stuck on the end. And that's a technique that we do with our layout. So it's not too much of a problem. What you can do is simply cut the wires off and stick some new ones on. So it's not too much of a problem. And there is some old ballast in between the sleepers if this decides to focus. Come on. Yeah, there we go. You can just see that. In fact, if we just spoke, a little bit of the old ballast has just fallen out. But you know. And if the camera will focus, yeah, it's more or less focusing. You can see the solder in there. But you can just simply cut the wires off, as I said before, and replace them with new ones. And it can be done. Trust me. Then we have some more track, but this is not the last of it. So here's a curve. And another curve. And that one's got a fish plate on both ends. So I'm being very careful with the track. Don't want to break it. So there's another piece of straight track with a old wire stuck on it, but as I said, you can just cut the wire off, or in my case, more or less pull it off and just replace it. Then in here we have 3 points, as you can see. You've got to be careful with these because they can break easy, as far as I know. So I'm being very careful. And then of course in here, and this is the last item in this white polythene bag, if we just get it out of shot and put it on the bed, is this platform ramp. And the reason why I've got this is because, well, I needed another one. So it basically completes the station more or less platform wise. I don't know how much it cost, to be honest, but you know, I had to get that, of course. Okay, now we'll look at the last bag. If we just bring it into shot. Right, there we go. Now first of all, now look at this. Ta-da! As you can see, we have a locomotive. If you can just wait for the camera to focus, there we go. £55, as you can see. DCC ready, and it is a Fairburn tank, 2691 in LMS black, and it's the first engine. Well, actually no, not the first. I was going to say it's the first engine I have that's in LMS black with LMS written on the side. I just remembered I have a black 5 in this livery, but it's the first tank engine I have that's in LMS black with LMS written on the side. So it's basically my second locomotive with LMS written on the side, but my first tank engine with LMS written on the side. I know it's a mouthful, but you'll understand what I mean. And this is a gorgeous engine. And there will be a review on this coming up, I promise. Then we have this. And this will surprise people, more or less. Ta-da! It's another Batman locomotive. As you can see, obviously the box is upside down, but I don't care. And it is an American locomotive, which is a EMD GP40 in Santa Fe livery. Now, look at how nice that is. It's also my second American locomotive, because I have a New York Central Niagara steam locomotive that's also an American locomotive, which I got about 4 years ago. And so I had to get this, and it's only cost 15 quid. Hard to believe, but that is because they actually don't seem to be very popular, which is very unusual. And so I thought I would get it because I actually do quite like this type of American locomotive. I will have to replace the coupling though, as you can see, to swap it for a British one, as you can see with this locomotive, so I can have it pulling some stock. Oh yeah. But it's quite simple. All you do is turn the locomotive upside down, take out a screw, and then put in a couple of your own in. And it takes you minutes. So there we go, and it's quite heavy as well. So that will appear in future videos. Trust me. And no, I'm not going American mad. It's just a one-off. I don't have any American rolling stock, but I don't really need to, because I can just replace the couplings and have it pulling British stuff. And that's what I'm going to do, and that's what I want to do. So there we go, and I am pleased with this one. Right, so that's the side. And then in here, we have this. It's a GWR auto coach in maroon livery, and this cost 15 quid. And the reason I got this is because this can go well with my other one. Because, well, I did originally have an auto coach in maroon livery, but I painted it into GWR chocolate and cream livery. And then I saw this and I thought, well, it's got to be done, I've got to get it. And I can recreate a push-pull train with my GWR 14XX tank engine. And that will be done, and that will be seen in upcoming videos. And I'm actually tempted to review this. What do you think? And it's in the old Batman packaging as well. So I'll put that to one side, and then last of all, we have this. If we can just get it out of the bag. Ta-da, look at that. Put the bag to one side, and it's a Tidmouth milk tanker from the Thomas & Friends range with plastic wheels. But there's something special about this one. It doesn't have blue lettering, it has red lettering. And that is really awesome. I know this bit here has got damaged, but I don't really care about that. And it cost only 5 quid. And there are rumours going around saying that these, with red lettering, are supposed to be rare. Extremely rare. Also, this could be the first and only one that's ever been published on YouTube. Just look at that. I had to do it. As soon as I saw it, I wanted it. I would have been a fool not to. And of course, don't worry about the number 5 on there. That will come off. I'll just scrub it off with tea cut or something. I don't know. Wow. So there we go. That is all the stuff that I brought back with me. So once again, I definitely recommend Southern Railways because they are just amazing. And I'm sure that you will not disagree. And I'm sure after I've uploaded this video, you will want to go there too. And I hope so. Oh, and before I forget, when it comes to reviews, hopefully I will try and get the review of the Fairburn tank done today and the EMD GP40 review the next day. I cannot promise you that though, but I will do my very best. Right, so I'm signing off. Once again, I recommend Southern Railways. You must go there. You'd be a fool not to.